Hi, this is Theodora of Dora's Door Designs, and I thank you for taking your time out, whether you're here live with me or watching the replay. And I'm just going to get started making this wreath. It is a Christmas themed wreath. Yeah, I know, we haven't even started fall yet. Howsoever, as a creative, we have to start early so that we can stay ahead of the game. So that those that want things, they can get them in enough time. So, let's get started. Looks like, well, I was gonna say looks like somebody's on, but I am on all of my devices, so might not be. Let me see. Any comments? No comments? Nobody's on? Nope. Okay. So if you come in, just say hello so I know you're here. I appreciate you. So, it was, I won't say it was a little effort, but I almost ran out of time. But I looked up just in enough time to stop what I was currently doing. Working up, doing my VA side of my businesses and finishing up some work. And I'm like, oh, it's time to prep. It was either prep early or be on longer. And I tried to just stay on about an hour or so. And if I have to prep, do all the prep work along with making the wreath, then it's usually an hour and a half, and depending on what size wreath I'm working on, it could take up to 2 hours. So here I am. I had intended, what's my click, to prep yesterday. I got busy with social media and learning some things, cooking. I actually made the best cabbage and sausage yesterday. Oh my God, it was so good. I love cabbage, but I hate to buy cabbage because most times I can't find a small enough cabbage for just me. So I have to buy a larger one. Hey, Rose. You know, I'm using what I get out of the supply box, girl. It's a Christmas wreath, as you can tell from the colors. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, right now I'm just using whatever comes in the the supply boxes, the surprise boxes. And usually whatever we get, they're pretty good. And I'm really liking this new mesh. It's not as, it's a little thicker than what we used to use. So it doesn't fray as much, so I do like that. But anyway, back to my cabbage story. So I went to a vegetable market, and all they had was large cabbages. So I didn't even use half the cabbage. So now I'm trying to figure out what to do with 3/4 of this cabbage. Normally, if it's small enough for me to cook the cabbage, half the cabbage, I would take the other half and make coleslaw. But it's too much to even make coleslaw. Oh, you stopped getting your boxes? Well, the boxes fit into my budget a little bit better for right now, until I get some other things in place. And so that's why I'm sticking with the box, because at least I know I can make at least one wreath a month. And fit it in the current budget. It's gonna get better, but right now that's what I'm doing. So trying to stay consistent with the one box, as well as going live at least once a month. At least once a month. Got to get my wire clippers out. Oh, please. Oh, please. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. So, if anybody, either on the live or later on, if y'all have suggestions on what one person can do with cabbage other than cooking it, and I guess I could make cabbage soup. That's a thought. It's not quite cabbage soup season here in Florida, but I'll have to look at and see if I can do that and maybe put it up. I don't know how well cabbage freezes though. I am still with the coaching group. I'm not with the creative side. You know, I'm still paying for the business side. Sometimes you just have to cut things, and that was, rather than cut the supply box, I cut the creative side, because I can still see some of the coaches online and get tips when things, you know, things change, or, you know, they come up with different ideas. So I can still learn that way. And I still feel connected, because I can still go on their pages. But all of them are, you know, hanging out at the warehouse so much lately. I feel like I'm not missing too much of anything. I don't know why I can't get my comments on my iPad, which is closer to me and I can see better. And now I have lost myself. But it's okay, I'll get it in a few minutes. I've done chicken cabbage rolls. Oh, that's an idea. But I'm looking for something that maybe I can freeze. Can I freeze those rolls? Because a whole, like this cabbage I got is huge. And even when I cook half a cabbage, it's too much. Sometimes I might eat it 3 days. But by the 4th day, I'm like, it's good, but I don't want it no more. You know. So it's hard for me to, when the stores only have large cabbage. You know, it's just crazy. In this particular market, everybody was complaining that how big the cabbages were. So these colors are really pretty together. I love the traditional. My tree, my Christmas is teal, silver, and purple. But I do love the traditional colors, and these colors are really pretty together. And of course it's sparkly, so I like that. Let me see if I can get myself back on the iPad. I probably need to go here. I'm trying not to cross over into the view. I was always taught that not to freeze it because of the water content in cabbage by itself. So I guess I'll just have to get on Google and see what to do. I think I have frozen cabbage soup, but you know, that's a little different because it's already in a liquid. So and that might be good, you know, for when the winter comes, and I can just pull it out the freezer and have something nice and warm for the few little cold. Well, I won't even say cold because it's not cold to me. It's cold to some other Floridians, but it's still, I've yet to put on a whole coat since I've been in Jacksonville. I usually just bundle up in an extra sweater or jacket, but I haven't had a whole coat on since I've been here. But the rolls sound really good, so I'm gonna have to look into that, especially if I can freeze them. It's just that I don't want to waste the cabbage that I have, and I'm just trying to, you know, come up with some ideas on what I can cook and put it up. Rose, Rose, Rose. If I can do it, you can do it. The hardest part, and I'm getting better at it, is if nobody gets on with you to help keep the conversation going. That's a little challenge, which I'm not really sure why it's a challenge, because I usually talk people, talk their ears off. I talked to one of my cousins last night, and when we stopped, it was 3 hours later, and I'm like, oh, okay. I did that with a friend of mine not too long ago, and she works from home, and it literally was 4 hours later. I'm like, girl, you let me talk that long? But I think she kind of knew that I was going through some stuff. It was one of them trips. I had just got back from visiting my aunt, and I was just kind of frustrated. Not so much with her, but just not being able to do for her like I would like to do. Just not in that position. So I have to resign myself to do what I can and be okay with it. Yeah, that's it. It is funny because you know, I can talk, but it's like, and even though I'm an only child, you would think I'd be okay talking, just talking, because you know, I talk to myself all the time. I went to Detroit, and my best friend kept saying, "What are you saying?" I'm like, "Oh, I forgot I'm not home alone," and so we had a good laugh about that. But just, you know, if you want to go live, I haven't sold any lately. I sold some earlier than in the year, but I haven't. But to be honest, Rose, I could use the sales, but because of the move and the back and forth with my aunt, especially when I go to her house, if I forget to to change the shipping, I'm always concerned that I'll get a sale and I'm away, and then I can't get back, you know, because it has to be shipped out in 2 or 3 days. So if I could just remember to change the shipping, well, I could change it because I usually have my computer, but I don't think about it, you know. So, but that's my biggest thing. I said all of that to say, which is horrible, because I really need the sales. I really want the sales, but I ain't mad at it, you know, for the last couple months, because it just causes me a little bit of stress. That's all. But I am working toward and looking forward to having some sales in this last quarter. My accountability partners are staying on me about certain things, so and some of it is mindset, you know. We're so busy looking at what other people are doing or selling, but once I get my head back in the game, because it's been a challenge for me since I moved, and I try not to make it a what am I trying to say? Try not to make it that's all I talk about, you know, or all I think about. But well, anyway, just got to get my head back in the game. I have been working on my social media a little bit more, updating my Etsy listings, and I'm noticing that I am getting more views and more people favoriting items in the store, so that's a good thing. They hadn't been even looking at the store for a while, so I'm happy about that. The strategy seems to be working a little bit, and I hadn't been doing anything on Pinterest, so I'm back to you know, I used ChatGPT to help me with some things, and he told me to also update my board names on Pinterest and do some new names. Ooh, excuse me. So I've been doing that, and because I'm doing that, I'm pinning a little bit more, because I had stopped pinning on Pinterest at all, and my viewers have fallen way off. So they're going back up, and I'm celebrating every little win. You know, just trying to stay consistent, as Chris would say. And with going live, sometimes I hear her voice in my head. Doing it doesn't have to be perfect. What's important is that you do it, and you're doing it consistent. So I made a promise that I would go live once a month at least. This year I said I was going to do it twice a month, but after the move and Auntie being in the hospital, it has not worked out that way. Although I did put together a wreath last week, and I videoed it and put it on Facebook, but you know, it wasn't actually live. You don't do Pinterest? You don't have a Pinterest board? Okay. I have all the things except lemonade or whatever that thing is. I don't even know what that is. Oh, I did that one and I shouldn't have. I don't even know what lemonade is. I don't have threads. No. Don't know what those two are. And when I look on, I did download Lemonade, and actually have a couple hundred followers on there, and I'm like, but I don't have anything on there. What are you following? But I noticed that some of the coaches did the same thing, and they don't really post on there either. So I'm not even really sure what Threads is about. I mean, not Threads, Lemonade. I know that when they were threatening to take TikTok down, they came up with Lemonade. But I don't really understand the platform at all. I got YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram, and that is more than enough work right there. Staying on top of those. So what have you been up to, Rose, if you're still here? I've seen a few of your things on TikTok, I think it is. I don't want you to, I know we had those conversations in the beginning before you had your Etsy shop. But you can't give up. You gotta keep working it. And I think were we on Chris's live the other day? And you said you weren't gonna make anything until you sold something. But that might not be the best strategy either. I have cut back, but I haven't stopped making anything. Because you never know, that one thing that you make might be the very thing that somebody's looking for. And then consistently making them helps you improve your skill. So that's the other reason I keep trying to make them. But I think I need to venture out. Well, I know I need to venture out and do some other things. It may not be this year, but I may try next year to do some craft shows or even do some classes. We'll see. Those things are on the back of my mind to do. So far, I do have a craft show I'm supposed to go to tomorrow. I have to look back at it. I think it's You Are Back to Creating. Okay. See, the headbands and scrunchies and things might be good, because they're small and they might sell better and just, help motivate you some. What else were you making? Centerpieces and non-painted empty alcohol bottles. One year in my other building, I kind of painted them, but I mostly decoupaged some wine bottles for our New Year's Eve party. They came out so nice. Oh my God. However, I stored them in the apartment building storage room because the manager we had at the time would always buy decorations for our New Year's Eve party. But we got a new manager in the new year and she threw all our stuff away. I was so upset. The next year, we didn't have no decorations. I'm like, oh my God. And I had spent, like a couple weeks decorating those. And they had come out so nice. I'm like, really? So those should be nice. Are you going to do those for a craft show, or are you going to put them on Etsy? I did find that I liked decoupage, and it was relaxing. A little messy, but it was relaxing. Oh no. Oh, what's the oh no to? I forget, we got a delay. Is the oh no to what my building manager did, or the new building manager? The first one, she was a sweetheart. Oh my gosh, she spoiled me and scarred me for the rest of my apartment days. Craft shows. You're not going to sell them at craft shows? That would be something good to sell at a craft show, I would think. And it wouldn't, it wouldn't be as much work as trying to load up and take wreaths, So, I would think that would be good. Okay. I think those and the scrunchies. I know when I first started making wreaths, I had a cousin. She was part of, her daughter was in, I guess, cheer squad. And you know how they have the big bowls. I was going to say little bowls, but them bowls are huge. And she wanted me to try to make some. But at that time, it was like, nah, that's not what I'm really into. I make bowls, but not like, not like that. And I didn't really want to do that. Although today, I saw how they make them. And I'm like, oh, well, now that I know how to actually make them, maybe I will consider, especially for the little kids. Okay, you are selling them at, okay, very good. I would think that would be something that might sell. I cut this one before I put the ribbon in. Anyway. It's been a challenge for me for the last couple weeks, 4 weeks. I've lost 2 friends and 2 cousins in the span of 4 weeks. I'm like, Lord. And my one friend, I actually got a chance to go home. And that one almost took me out. But it was sad. It was a good celebration, but it was sad because that wasn't something that was on our radar for him at all. However, I got to see a lot of people I had not seen in a long time. So that was good. One of my cousins that just passed last week, he lives in Detroit, but I'm not going to be able to get back for that service. Because when I travel, I travel with the dog, and it's so expensive because the airlines don't recognize ESA. They only recognize service dogs. So I have to pay like almost a full ticket for that dog to be under my seat. And I think that's so unfair and such a wrong policy, but as long as they can get away with it, I'm sure they're gonna do it. But $150 one way to put a dog under the front seat where your purse or your extra luggage would go free. That's a little unreal. And that's just one way. That's you have to pay that amount for, you know, twice. So it's $300 round trip for the dog. That kind of money, he need to be sitting next to me in the seat. However, and somebody said, well, why don't you just put him in a kennel? If I had maybe gone for just a weekend, maybe. But I had not been home to Detroit in 2 years. So I didn't want to come right back. Even though I didn't go anywhere. Went to eat twice. Went to my beloved riverfront, but really didn't. Out of the time I was there, it was only 2 days I actually went somewhere. I just wanted to be home. And I didn't really tell too many people I was home. Those that knew my friend knew they were pretty sure I was coming home. But I didn't really tell but 2 members of my family that I was home. Because I knew with me not having a vehicle of my own, I wasn't going to be able to get around like I really wanted to. And I was tired. Because I had just come back. My friend died while I was with my aunt. So I had just come back home. And about a week later, a little over a week, I was traveling again. And I was just tired because I had been to St. Pete 3 times, to Atlanta 1 time, and then to Detroit. I'm like, I'm tired. I was tired. So literally, I just stayed around my friend's house and visited with him and his wife most of the time, and then with his mom. That's all I had energy for, really. Other than to go to eat with a couple friends, and then the last night I was there, I went with my cousins, which was good. Let's see. What you saying, Rose? Oh, wow. That'll be good, Rose. That'll be good. I mean, because life is so short. You know, it's like, oh, my. You know, oh, my. Where do you live, Rose? I can't even remember. Yeah. They're doing well, and you are too. So that's a blessing in itself. It is. But I have forgotten where you live, Rose. I want to say northwest, out that way maybe. I can't remember. Yeah, thanks, Rose. It's been hard, but I know God got me. I know God got me. I don't know why I'm trying to put those down. Texas, okay. So I'm west, but more south than north. I can't remember what I said, but okay. So you were close to, you didn't have to travel too far for Wreath Makers Live. I want to say I remember you going, but I don't know if that was this year or another year. I guess I'm not going to get a chance to go to Wreath Makers Live. I think they're talking about not doing it anymore. It would have been nice, but maybe I'll get to go to one of the in-person things that he's doing at the warehouse one day. That would be fun too. This is really pretty. I'm really liking this. And I thank you, Lord, because it is going to sell. It is going to sell. Someone is going to fall in love with it. And I have to have it. I think the fourth quarter starts the first of next month. So if I can get a few sales for the next 3 months, that was set one of my goals. I don't care how much it is, as long as I get sales for the next 3 months. Get some movement. And usually Christmas, fall and the Christmas is a better time to get sales. So. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I really. And then it's all nice and sparkly. Yeah. The only thing with me and Reese, that's not too bad. That's about how far I drive to go see my aunt. And that ride that I take is pretty good, so I don't really mind the drive. So when I have to go, when I'm ready, when I really have it in my heart to go, I don't mind going because the drive is not bad. It's just the other part. The drive itself is not bad. Anyway, here's the where are we? Here's the cute little sign that came in the box, Rose. Isn't that cute? Mr. Snowman. They had another one in the box, and Damon was like, nah, he didn't like it with the rest of the mesh and the ribbon. So he held up the boxes till they could print this sign. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes me understand why we had 2 signs and why the other one did not really match. So he was like, nope. Okay, Rose. I usually put my signs on the right side. I think I'm going to put it on the left side. Just don't know what I'm going to do for bows. Figure that out in a momento. I kind of like this size sign. Kind of neat. But back to going live, Rose. If you ever want to go, and you want to make, it's because that's what happened with me. Because I was kind of uncomfortable going live, but my accountability partners would join me. I think they must have joined me. One, if not both of them, joined me almost every live that I had the first year. You know, sometimes they get, still try to get on. But they're not on as much because they're busy trying, doing their thing. So that's what really helped me in the beginning was, and then every now and then, that was when we still had, I was still a part of Chris's group, and even Chris would get on sometimes. And when your coach is are encouraging you, it helps a lot too. That's why I love my Chris. She's very encouraging. Very, very encouraging. So I like that. I don't get to talk to her one-on-one as much as I would like to anymore, but it's just nice to know that she's there. Yeah. Girl, you got to start your Christmas wreaths. You know, this is the time to get started with the Christmas wreaths. It's like we almost have to do them a month or two ahead, because you have to have time to promote them. And this is the time to be promoting your Christmas things. You know, you're still doing fall and maybe even a little Halloween, you know, but most people would have already purchased like their Halloween already. So I'm still promoting my Halloween, but yeah, it's time for Christmas. And Christmas is one of my favorite seasons to create for. It really is. Trying to get through this mesh. Especially when I'm trying not to look at it. Just feel it. And the good thing about going live, Rose, is, you know, a lot of people may not catch you you know, on live, but some of them will, you know, watch the replay, and that helps your algorithm as well, you know. So that's a good thing. And then when I get through doing my live, I download it, edit it a little bit, you know, the beginning and the end, and then I upload it to YouTube. And I have, you know, people that actually watch them and comment on the YouTube as a replay. So I need to get as many people's eyes on my things, you know, as possible. And I don't do my videos like it's a tutorial. It's just making a wreath and hanging out with my people. Because, like, I haven't even mentioned, you know, sometimes I will at least say that I cut my mesh at 23 inches. I didn't do that today. I just thought about that talking with you. Thank you. So I guess I could do a breakdown now, because I did my mesh at 23 inches. I thought about doing it at 25, but I think 23 was good. And then I cut the ribbon tails at 13 inches. And there are 12 twist ties on this Dollar Tree frame. And so now I have my cute little snowman, my little cutie pie. He's so cutie pie. So I'm gonna put him aside somewhere. I'll work on a bow or two. Let me see. I could do 2 small bows or 1 big bow. Not sure which way I'm gonna do it. Oh, go. Anyway, We shall see what we shall see. Hey, Shantae. Here's one of my accountability partners. No, she must have been busy today. How did you do the mesh? I did the mesh with the woodland ruffle. You know, where you roll the ends, each end, and then scrunch it up the middle. And it looks like a little bow tie. I like that. Pretty much all my wreaths are made with that formula. Ooh, got stuff all over me. Hey, Shantae. Hey, Shantae. How are you today? Trying to think. One big bow or two little bows? Mm-hmm. Maybe one with some long tails. Maybe. There I go. I'll try it at 7. I usually do my loops at 7 inches. I mean at 6 inches. But after watching Jordan and Megan, and they make such large loops. I'm like, So maybe I'll try a 7. Maybe I'll just do 2 on the bottom. Scissors. I've been trying to stretch my little ribbon. Could you send me a plate? I love seafood boils. Oh no, not plumbing issues. Oh. Wow. Shantae. Yeah. If you were just having stuff done at the other house. Oh girl. That's not good. That's not fun. I'll put it that way. Hopefully they can get it fixed in time so you don't have to stress about that tomorrow. Yeah. That's not good. Not good. Is it only in for next year? It's always in September. Okay. I haven't, when I do one for myself or my aunt, we just do the shrimp and the sausage, and I do mine in foil packs. She likes it like that. And so that's how I do it for myself, because it's just easier and not a whole lot, you know? So I love them though. A friend of mine had one and made, and it was good. I do prefer when other folk do them. All I got to do is eat. Okay, this is when I know I should be almost done, because I get tired and then I run out of stuff to talk about. So I was gonna ask you, Shantae, was it date night? But y'all getting ready for tomorrow with some extra stuff going on. So I know it's probably not date night. Not outside date night anyway. How's Romeo? My fur nephew. He doing better? Blue crabs. Yeah. I should be there next year for sure. For sure. I'm gonna have to really put that on my calendar and in my budget. Rose, what were you asking? I keep looking at the computer, but y'all talking. Okay. Ooh, 93. Praise God. Yeah, tell her happy birthday. Joy's doing better. Okay. Yeah, Barack has been doing some strange things lately. His legs just all of a sudden just be going in different directions. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know. Just, I don't know. And then 1 minute he's stumbling and going on, and the next thing he's just trotting up the hallway. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. Today he was throwing up. I was like, oh Lord. And I just keep watching. He's still eating. He's still pooping. So I'm like, okay. Those are my gauges on how he's doing. If he stopped eating, stop drinking water, stop smiling at me, and then I'll have to do something else. But right now, he's okay. This might be better. It's thin, but it might be better. So there's 2 shrimp boils going on tomorrow at least. Y'all gonna make me go buy some shrimp. I got sausage. It's not andouille sausage, but I got potatoes. I was gonna say I got corn, but I don't think I started to buy corn. Yeah, that's not good. It's a little scary, but like I say, he'll be having a little problem, and then I look at him in about 20, 30 minutes, and he seems fine, so I don't know. I don't know. I try not to worry. But when he does little strange things, it kind of concerns me. And sometimes I think he has a little difficulty walking because we now have wood floors. But I think some of it is because he needs his nails clipped. And some of, the fur out, cleaned out of his paws. So I think he's sliding on some of it. But the other day, it was almost like he was having a seizure with his legs. They were just going. Okay. But then it stopped and he was fine. Okay, let's see. Guess that's full enough. Full enough, full enough. Thank you. You do good bowls as well. Sometimes I realize I really need to practice more on just bowls. But I have been updating my Etsy listings because my GPT told me I needed to update my listings, and then a few weeks later, Etsy was starting to say we needed to update our titles. So I noticed that I'm like, I got 33 bowls in my shop. I'm like, Lord. If I keep making bowls, I'll have more bowls than I have wreaths in there in a minute. But I do need to practice with them. I guess I could practice even though I don't have to put them in the shop right now anyway. I could probably just use them for practice and maybe make a wreath to go with them later. That's the idea. Let's see. Where do I want this to go? I think I need to stand up. I want it here. Sometimes I don't always like all of the center to be empty. the sign is thinner than what we normally have. We'll see. I don't like where it is. I always change it. We had some pretty pics in the box as well, and I really need to get a little more comfortable with adding pics to the Deco mesh. Some tree toppers for Christmas. Yeah, I should do that. I made one for a friend of mine. The first time I ever tried doing it, she was happy, but I was not happy with it. So yeah, I need to try that because I know those would probably sell. Especially, well, I won't say especially, I was going to say especially the traditional colors. But everybody's getting away, a lot of people are getting away from the traditional colors. Yeah, but I do need to practice those. And I just had that thought. Bye, Rose. Hubby home? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm almost done anyway. I just don't know if I'm gonna add any pics. Like I said, I'm still a little uncomfortable. I like doing the pics on the grapevines. But I have not got comfortable with filling my Deco mesh with them. You gotta go to? Okay. Yeah, I'll post it shortly, Rose, okay? All right, Shantae, I appreciate you. I know you got stuff to do. Okay, hopefully they can get it fixed tonight so you can just enjoy yourself and your family and friends tomorrow. All right, girl. Appreciate you. See y'all later. Just trying to get this other put the pipe cleaner around this thing to secure the ribbon. There we go. I really do like this. I'll show you guys the pics that I have. Even though I may not use them. They are pretty though. But I very well may use them on a grapevine because I'm more comfortable using them on a grapevine. When I see other people use them, they look so beautiful in the Deco mesh. But when I try to do it, I know it's a matter of me practicing and learning placement and things, but it always looks crowded and stuff. It's just a matter of getting what you get comfortable with. But I love the colors in this. I really do. Well, if it's on somebody's door, at least they can peek out the door. You know, sometimes we make these things and it covers the peephole. So, oh, can't really see. But I'm gonna take pictures shortly, and oh, I did say I was gonna show you the pics. So let's see if I can get the pics. I haven't even taken them out of the paper. One of the pics is this pretty gold, white and gold leaf. It's a little plastic, but it's very pretty. I really like that. And then of course we got some evergreens with a little bit of red. Excuse the noise. Trying to get it on camera. So this one has a few different little things. I think this one would really go better on a grapevine because it has, you know, more florals. But isn't that the cutest thing? I really, really like that. And so we got two of those. Two of those. And this is similar but smaller. Again, I didn't think to take the paper off. So, or maybe this one it'd be good on a grapevine, but it'd also be cute in a centerpiece. Got two of those. And then they got these beautiful red leaves. I can't see where my camera is showing you. Okay. But these are pretty. Last Christmas we had something similar, but it was poinsettias. They were so gorgeous. Oh my God, it's like a little velvet feeling. And so these are pretty. And you can take them off and stick them. This would probably be definitely good in a grapevine, but I could probably also use it in a centerpiece. And I guess I wasn't sure, but it's not yellow, it's gold. So I guess that's why they have it in there. Because it's, you know, it matches the gold in the ribbon and stuff. But I used the Mother's Day centerpiece that I did. I used this type of bush, and it worked real well in a centerpiece because you can cut it up into smaller pieces, and it fills in places really well. So that's what I have, but I don't think I'm going to use it on my wreath. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm happy with that, and I love, love, love the colors, the color combination. So I thank you, everyone. Let me see if I can stick my head in. My hair is doing its thing today, so I didn't really want to be on camera. Anyway, and I really need to find a different setup so you can see me sometimes. But I do thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all soon. Okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye.